What up, guys? Total Control 871. Alright, who's ready for the next installment of Crazy with the whole Egg Harbor Township lane control saga? Although this is not lane control. This stems from the Officer Shepard's perjury trial. In that trial, I was denied legal counsel. I was denied a public defender. And the reason why I was denied a public defender is because my mode of vehicle is discriminated against by the courts. Because I am a cyclist, because my vehicle is a bicycle, they deny me legal counsel. They state that unless you are facing incarceration, a substantial monetary, financial amount of money, or loss of your driving privileges, then you're not to be entitled counsel, public defender. Now, this is what they're saying, and this is how they predicate themselves on sidestepping the law. They don't want to give me a defense counsel because they understand that were I to be given defense counsel, then their bullshit would be completely annihilated. All of it. The lane control saga, the Officer Shepard's perjury, all of it would be annihilated with a mere flex of a public defender's power. Because this case got entangled with the Thomas Kinzer thing, for the longest, public defender Sam Curcio here in South Jersey, he was under the belief that that he was representing me in this because he's seeing that these charges are charges that you give to a motor vehicle, you know, traditionally. And he's like, I met with Sam Curcio like 2 or 3 times. And he kept having difficulty wrapping his head around the fact that a cyclist is being charged with these crimes. It's completely cockamamie. It's ridiculous, right? And remember, I was denied legal counsel because I didn't meet any of their so-called criteria. And then this came in the mail. Trying to get it in frame as best I can. I guess you guys can see that, right? So they're about to suspend my driver's license, but I thought I wasn't facing that as a possible, it's just another part of your bullshit dismantling of due process. I mean, why not, right? This is what they do, right? You know, they don't have to give you due process. They don't have to tell the truth on the stand. They don't have to give you due process. They don't have to allow you to read your charges aloud in court. They don't have to allow you to question your witnesses based on the readings of that law. They don't have to do anything. None of it. No, for what? You're poor, you're black, you're homeless, and depending on your point of view, you're a cyclist, which might be the biggest thing that galls them the most. You're a cyclist. You're not on the grid. You're not plugged into our system giving us money. So we're going to forcibly plug you into the grid. Now, the backhand here, okay? So these surcharges, this suspension of driver's license, this is all because what they're doing is, I understand what they're doing. They're giving me the whole, Mr. Dunbar, if you want to be treated like a driver, fine. We're going to give you the full driver treatment. But hold on. the fact is that you're not giving me the full driver's treatment. Otherwise, there wouldn't even be a lane control saga. You see, here we see the police and the courts trying desperately to have it both ways. They want to make sure that they hit me with all the penalties that are applicable to a motor vehicle driver, but also curtail my rights to the road. You can't have it both ways. Now, what's it going to be? Now, the fact that these two documents showed up in the mail today, this is going to weigh heavily in my appeal. As far as due process, the denial of due process goes. If this was the outcome, okay, if that was going to be the outcome, then I should have been afforded a public defender. But of course, you know damn well that a public defender would have never allowed that kind of steamroll operation that happened in that courtroom. You know, the whole reason why you don't want cameras rolling in it. Yeah, you don't want to let the world see exactly what's transpiring in these courtrooms, how people are denied of their civil rights every single day. Not isolated incident. Alright guys, so this is what's going on. It's the latest in the saga. They want to suspend my driver's license. They want to impose a great many penalties that are normally attributed to a motor vehicle driver, while at the same time denying me the same kind of rights that a motor vehicle driver would be afforded at trial, were that motor vehicle driver to be indigent, such as I am. So basically, just because it's a and what is it that the one part of this thing said? Yes. The events listed below have resulted in the assessment of an automobile violation surcharge. I understand she's pretty pricey, okay? And God knows I love her as much as a car owner loves their car. But the Black Rider is not an automobile. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to go to the Department of Motor Vehicle. I'm going to go to the Department of Motor Vehicle first. I'm going to talk to them, explain the situation to them, see what they have to say. They might just end up bouncing me over to the court. You know, so we're going to find out if the court ends up pointing the finger at motor vehicle pointing the finger at court. You know, you can't have it both ways, okay? If I'm to lose my license like this and be assessed these points on my driver's license, then that means I should have been afforded a defense attorney, and I wasn't. And now that I think about it, I do find it awfully strange that Judge Michelle Verno, as she started the trial, she kept asking me, so you're saying you don't want, because she's got like these wild eyes, you're saying that you don't want a defense attorney, and I made it clear to her that I am not refusing anything, and that I do want a defense attorney, but that I am not being afforded one. So let the record reflect that. So no trying to back out of it. And I do find it, now that these documents appeared in the mail, I do find it strange because in any of my prior court appearances, I have never been pressed on that particular issue. You know, I found that kind of strange. It's almost like she knew that I should have been afforded a defense attorney, and I was not being afforded one. There is definitely evidence there that Judge Verno actively had knowledge that my due process rights were being violated, and she partook in that violation. Just more South Jersey mafia style shit, all aimed at me. All aimed at me. Okay? You keep on terraforming. Keep on terraforming. Total Control 871. Oh my. I hear YouTube isn't having such a good day today.